Cast the Craze is partnered with NSC Roadshow. NSCLiveTV.com and Inc. Marketing are proud to present the NSC Roadshow podcast tour. As a creator, come to be treated like a rock star as we take you on a tour with podcasters from around the world. Got a Kickstarter, Indiegogo, or a project you would like to tell thousands about? Come and get on the tour. Are you a podcaster that would like more creators on your show? Come become a tour stop on the tour. What's up, Georgie? Who do we have on the show tonight?
On the show tonight, we have a very, very special guest. He's got a Kickstarter coming up, and it's Phillip Russertt. And the name of the Kickstarter campaign and the book is Tragedy.
Yo, it is a tragedy. Let's get it!
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Cast the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the craze. If you are an independent, catch the craze. Making moves on your own, catch the craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the craze. Join the movement, catch the craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the craze. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George the Dreamer Medina. What's happening? What's happening?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
What is up is right. Welcome everyone to another episode of Catch the Craze live Kickstarter special. Today we have Phillip Russertt on the show. He'll be joining us in a few minutes, and we're going to be talking to him about Tragedy, which is a tale of a young Irish assassin fighting her inner demons while doing battle against the rival mobs. So he's got 15 days to go. His Kickstarter ends on Thursday, June 17th at 8 p.m. So you guys have plenty of time to go on there and support the Kickstarter. He's 138 backers deep, and he's already made his goal of 5 Gs. So the book is getting made, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm pretty sure, pretty confident he's gone into the stretch goal mode at this point, which he has. He's unlocked, let's see how many stretch goals he's unlocked. I'm on here right now. He's unlocked 1, 2, 3, 4 stretch goals so far. So he's
nice.
He's unlocked the 1,000, the 2,500, 4,500, and the $6,000 stretch goals.
Nice.
So he is killing it. Yes, he's killing it. So can't wait to have him on the show and talk to him a little bit about his book. We are fresh off of completing our Kickstarter, Sam,
Yes.
which ended on Saturday, the same day that we were at PowCon, where we had our podcasting panel.
Yes.
So yeah, we've had a pretty interesting weekend, to say the least. For all those who did pledge to the Kickstarter, issue number 3, be looking out for the surveys which we sent out, which basically tell us where to send the book, how you want your name on the back of the book, and other information that we are going to need to get your books out and to get everything that we have promised out to you. So make sure you're looking out for that. They should be going out within the next few days, and try to get it back to us as soon as possible. We are waiting for the funds to go through in order to send the book out to the printer. And then we will jump into another Kickstarter, which we have coming out. So it's going to be a pretty busy summer. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share it, tell people about it, let them know Catch the Craze is out there. And we had a very good time. I mean, I had a good time at the show this weekend. It was nice to finally be out and
Yes.
in a convention, doing our things. So that was fun.
Yes. That was
The
definitely
weather
fun.
wasn't nice though.
The weather was rough. Yeah, the weather
Yeah.
was rough, and uh, it wasn't fun. But I think the best part of the show was meeting up with old buddies. James Rodriguez, Ray Felix, Alex Rivera, Brian
Yeah,
Kang,
Michael Gracia.
Michael Gracia, Michael Rose, the border shore.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah. Yeah. So it was cool. And we just got another subscriber. So whoever just subscribed to the show, sometimes we can't see you when you have your account blocked. But next week we're doing the monthly shout out show to our new subscribers. So whoever you are, thank you so much for subscribing to the show. Again, if your account is not public, if you have it blocked, I won't be able to give you a shout out or put you into a raffle because we don't know who you are. And we hold raffles randomly. So, but again, thank you so much. We do appreciate whoever just subscribed. And if you're out there in the audience, show some love and let us know you're there. We love to give a shout out to you guys as well. But yes, so yeah, we made up with some of the cats Saturday night. We went out to Fuddruckers, those mother fudders. So we went to Fuddruckers and it was cool there. I got chicken. Everybody else had red meat, and it was an interesting setup at Fuddruckers. But yeah,
Nice, nice. And speaking of raffles, like I mentioned before, our Kickstarter ended on Saturday. We did reach our 50 backer goal, which unlocked a stretch goal, which everybody who pledged on the physical tiers will receive a pinup that was on there as part of the stretch goal.
Yeah.
And but also, and more importantly, all 50 backers are now entered into a raffle to win the #1 issue of There's an Alien in My Toilet.
That's an alien in my toilet.
Right. So we will be doing that, and we got to talk about when we're going to do that. Well, I guess we'll set up a show for that because
We could do it. We could do that. Doing our live show tomorrow if you want.
Wow, we can do that tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes.
So tune in
Welcome,
tomorrow.
nerds in around. Thank you. Much love. Props to you guys.
What up, my dog?
The nerds.
The nerds. Hey, I'm wondering if
I knew there was something wrong because I was getting a rash.
Oh, wow. Big shout out to the Nerds of the Round. If you haven't heard of the Nerds of the Round, they have a really cool podcast on YouTube, and it streams live usually on Tuesday nights at around 9:00 p.m. So I'm not sure what's going on tonight with you guys. I leave the aliens in my toilet all the time, Sebastian. So yeah, but definitely give them a follow.
Mr. Bonnet in the house.
Yeah, subscribe to their channel and give them some love. Give them some love.
Yes, we met some of Sebastian's peeps at the PowCon. 2 cosplayers. I'm not good with names or good with faces, but the young ladies were great. They actually picked up issue #1 of Catch the Crazy. They spun the wheel, and they won. I don't know if it was trading cards or a pinup, but they won something.
Nice.
But yes, so and. I'm supposed to connect with them to get them on the show because they have an event coming up in September. So we want to get them on the show to promote their event. So again, I forgot their names. So yes, Naja and Cheyenne. There you go. Yes. Yeah. So thank you for sending them over. Really cool peeps. I gave them the royal treatment because of you, even though you're a nerd. I did.
Check with that, Sebastian. They want to check with them, make sure they're okay. Naja and Cheyenne, hopefully, just check on them. The royal treatment from Sam.
That's it.
He's a jokester, so we got to be careful with him.
Yeah, one love. One love.
But yeah.
If only you can have just one love. Remember that?
But yeah, so this weekend was fun. I mean, like I said, it was good just to be back on the floor, doing our thing. Sam's ready to go. Where are you going? Eternal Con next? We were talking about that.
Yes, next stop, Eternal Con in August in Long Island. Sam is heading over the bridge, over the river, and through the woods to Eternal Con we go. So I'm gonna go there, and I've never been. So it's gonna be fun. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and tomorrow we have our live show that we do every first Wednesday of the month. If you don't know, now you know. We do a live show every first Wednesday of the month. Usually that's how we were doing it. Now we're going live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays to help promote Kickstarters. But we tomorrow we're going to be live. We're going to be doing the raffle. We're also going to have Jonathan Syfax and Anibal Arroyo on the show, the Four Horsemen show that we do, that we're starting to do more often. We're also going to have Sal Lamedico, who was the promoter of PowCon, coming on the show just to give us a recap, his own personal recap of the show. And we'll talk a little bit more about PowCon and
Sal
the
will
future
be there
of POW.
as well. Yeah, tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna start off with Sal and we're gonna end with the crew. That's gonna be fun tomorrow. Yes, I know. And what was I gonna say? I had something in my mind. I'm waiting to find out about New York Comic Con. I like to end the year with the New York Comic Con, but they said that they won't let everybody know until August. First week in August, we'll start finding out if we made the cut. I feel like I'm being drafted or something. Like I'm applying for the NFL or something.
It's a very exclusive show, bro.
Yes, ¿Qué pasa, Edgar? Welcome.
It's very exclusive, very exclusive.
Yeah, it's very, so again, I'm hoping New York Comic Con plans out, because that'd be a great way to end the year. If not, I gotta find a big show in the fall. What's up,
Rodriguez in the house? What up, Gil?
What's up, Gilly? And
welcome everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by yet again to listen to us ramble on about whatever it is.
Yes. And if you haven't seen it, if you want to know how PowCon went, check out the vlogumentary that I posted up this morning. It's trending really well. Basically, some highlights from our experience there. The panel that we did, almost had laryngitis. But the panel that we did, you got to see the behind the scenes. Everyone's setting up. I did a tour of the event during the setup. We're at the table. Spotlighted Michael Gracia, who was there. So it was pretty cool. So check out. So I think it's like a 20-minute vlogumentary. Maybe less. That's right now running on our channel. But stick with us before you go and click over and watch that. But so it was fun. I enjoyed doing the vlog.
Yeah, and big shout out to the cosplayers who showed up to our panel on that Saturday. Big shout out to Wild Goldine. They're on Instagram. Gave a really cool, actually, PowCon review. So if you have,
was that the gentleman, the pharmacist?
No. It was somebody else. But yeah, they're on there, and they gave a really cool. They gave it 8 out of 10 score for the PowCon. So check out that review. It's really cool, and it was nice. It was nice to connect to different people, the people that we normally wouldn't connect with.
Yeah, it was. That
was a nice surprise.
It was a nice surprise. Because when we approached, when we got there, we saw a bunch of cosplayers sitting down, and we're like, and we didn't think they were for us, really. And so we're like, oh, this is gonna be fun, right? So we go sit down, and I was like, all right, let's ask them, are you guys here? And they were like, yeah, we're here for the podcasting panel. I was like, what? All right, it's gonna be a hoot. So so then we kicked it, and they were very engaged, and it became a really great conversation. And shout out to Anibal Arroyo's Compollos and Michael Gracia, who was also in the audience, who supported your boys. So much love. The love was felt all around. Yeah, Gilbert, the Anime New York City. What month is that in?
I mean, that's this year. I think maybe September. I want to say.
Is it?
I think it's right before the New York Comic Con. I think.
I'd have to do a lot of commission art anime stuff.
I want to say.
Yeah. And have that ready. Like I'd have to enjoy.
No, listen.
Oh, it's in November.
Oh, it's in November. It's after. Okay, that's cool. All right. Yeah, the Javits fills up, man, with shows.
Because that's what I was selling at PowCon was the anime stuff.
Yeah, anime's got a huge following. Big shout out to everybody who showed up to the table. Thank you so much for coming by and buying some of Sam's artwork, buying some of the books, spinning the wheel, and having a good time with us. So that was fun, and I can't wait to do it again. I really can't. Next year, with work and everything like that. Now that I know that we're going to be trying to go back into it, I'm gonna get some more days off, so I can hit up some of these, because I want to do some I want to do some conventions outside of New York. Like I want to do the whole traveling thing.
I'm going to Long Island. That's traveling for me.
couple of road trips, staying overnight.
You gotta cross the water. What are you talking about? I'm going to
but I'm talking about like overnight stays.
I like to do like MegaCon, and
Right.
I like to do MegaCon, and what was that other one in Atlanta or in Georgia?
Dragon Con.
Dragon Con.
I want
Yeah,
to check
yeah,
out the Dragon
yeah.
Con. Yeah.
Those two we've
That
never
show's
done.
long. Yeah, that show. Yeah, that
Like
show's
if
been
we
around
do
for a while.
anything next year, I think it should be San Diego, Dragon Con, and MegaCon.
Yeah, those would be dope.
That would be dope.
Yeah. Definitely want to check them out.
What's up,
Definitely
Russ
wanna check 'em out.
Blows? Salvatore Medical, New Jersey was traveling for me.
Yeah.
That was it was an easy hop, skip, and jump. I remember I got there Saturday morning. I got there, I see everybody lined up outside to get in. The vendors. I pulled out the driveway, went back, found a Starbucks, got my coffee, then came back. I was like, I'm not gonna wait in that line. But
Nice.
yes. So drop it in, say
Russ.
hi before my live show tonight. What's up, Russ Blows?
Thanks, Russ. Thanks for coming by and saying hello, man. It's good thing. The Nerds of the Round. So Sebastian Gossi, they're doing a panel.
Is that
September
the
4th.
event that your girls are promoting?
NBN got some fun stuff planned this year and next year. Sweet. I can't wait to be able to go to NBN live and in person. I'm looking
Yes.
forward to that very much. So, Sal, don't forget tomorrow, man. We got a date. So, Sal will
Yes.
be on the show tomorrow, and
Great.
we're going to be talking to Phillip Russertt in a few minutes. I'm not sure if he's in yet.
He's in the waiting room. Yes,
oh.
he is. I see him
All right.
there. And
He's punctual. I like it.
yes, Gosi is their show. That's nice. All right, cool. Yeah, so we're going to go to our sponsor, and we're gonna bring in Phil. Can't wait. Date with Destiny. Can't wait to the table for my first con. Oh, nice. Good. Look, hold on.
July, sweet, nice.
Yeah. So here's a word from us, Spencer.
Do you have a Kickstarter campaign and you're trying to figure out how to get the word out? You look online and you see the competition is fierce. Comic-Cons are slowly coming back, but in the meantime, how do you spread the word? You worked for hours creating your campaign. You post on as many social media sites as possible, trying to get the word out to no avail. Well, look no further. Why not sponsor an episode of Catch the Craze podcast, the fastest growing indie podcast in the market today? That 30-second promo can get you an extra 2 to 3 backers or more. Who knows? Let's go. Hit the link below and get one step closer to a successful campaign.
All right. So waiting for. Hey, what's going on?
There he is. There he is.
Hey, how are you?
Love that
Good,
backdrop.
good.
Love that backdrop. The artwork looks fierce.
Oh,
it looks-
thanks. Big art
it looks
collector.
Yeah, nice.
Here we have, welcome everyone, Phillip Russertt to the show. Thank you for joining us on Catch the Craze. Phillip, say your last name for me because I always kill last names. What I do.
That's good. Russertt.
Russertt.
There you go.
It's like
There
the
it is.
potato with an R in it.
So thank you for coming on.
Oh, Russell,
I'm
yeah.
loving the project. For those who don't know, he is the creator of Tragedy, which is right now on Kickstarter. We are going to be posting the link on the chat. Make sure you hit that up and show this man some love. But welcome. Thank you for coming on, Phil.
Thank you for having me on.
Yes, sir.
And we might get some questions from the audience because we do have some people in the chat as well. So welcome. I'm Stan the Crazy Man. Very nice to meet you for the first time.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to hearing about your campaign, but let us know a little bit about yourself first.
Long story short, father of 2 little kids, husband, live in Long Island. I run comic conventions that I own. I am an art rep. I do my live show every week, and now I have my comic book Tragedy, and I'm a big art collector. So,
Nice. Now,
and I'm a drummer.
now did
Wow,
I,
look at you.
if I heard you correctly, you said you run comic book conventions?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about that.
Well, the Suffolk Comic and Art Expo was a one-day show, but I get an artist alley like Jim Steranko and Adam Kubert, and I get a really, really great artist alley. It's artists in comic books mostly, and I'm branching out once COVID is over to a 2-day show called Creator Con, and I've had 3 successful Suffolk Expo shows, and I just love putting them on. They're fun, and it's just great celebration of the medium, you know.
Yeah, no, that's
Nice.
awesome. You got some guys on the on the chat here. Phil already. Russ Explode Studios says, don't forget Cable
boy.
Access TV host, also Phil, and creating tragedies one potato at a time.
Yeah, that's Russell Allen. If he's one of my best hecklers.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
Now he's just got to get Steph Wilson in here.
I was on his show before. He's a great, great dude, man. He's awesome. And Sebastian from Nerds on the Round says, congratulations on the Kickstarter, Phil.
Oh, thank you, Sebastian. Awesome. I appreciate that. Another good guy.
Yeah, well, these guys are awesome. These guys are awesome. So it's funny how I kind of came across your Kickstarter. I actually had posted something, just a message out to Pinguino's Revenge, which is also a very good project.
Robert Powers, yeah.
Yes, and you responded. I had no idea I was talking to you. It's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. I thought it.
He said, "Excuse me."
You want to come on the show? Come on down, brother.
I'm an admin for his page because at the beginning he didn't have a big Facebook following. I was trying to help him out, but he's blown up nuts on TikTok.
Yes.
And I forgot that I'm an admin on his page because I haven't been on there in a while because he's been doing so well. And when you messaged, it alerted me I got a message, but I didn't realize it was for Pinguino. So I thought I was on my personal page. So I answered you thinking you were asking me.
That is historical. You know what? It was a happy mistake, though, man. Here you are. We're talking about your campaign, which is also doing very, very well. So I'm happy to talk about that as well. Phil, if you can just tell us a little bit about Tragedy.
So Tragedy is a little bit based on my wife and myself, actually, but I think she's relatable to everybody. I mean, she's an Irish assassin in Hell's Kitchen, Manhattan. The reason why it's Hell's Kitchen is because my father grew up with the Westies. Like, he didn't run with them, but he knew them. And that was the Irish Mafia, and that's where they were. They were in Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. So just to stay true to history, I went there. Long story short, her father was the head of the Irish Mafia of that branch, and he was very close to her when she was little, and he took good care of her, and he kept her away from that life. And they would share theater together, and then she discovered ballet, and she loved ballet, and she was very graceful and elegant and athletic, you know. So then her father was murdered, and, you know, you don't know how or why or who. And his right-hand man adopted her because the right-hand man, Seamus, and his wife can't have children. So they adopted her. Seamus had alternative reasons for adopting her, and he wound up sending her away at 17 to train to be an assassin for 12 years. So the story takes place 2 years after she's back, and she's a full-blown assassin for them, hates her life, can't stand it, but has daddy issues at the same time. Like, she wants his and needs his love and acceptance, even though she knows he's a piece of garbage. And she doesn't know how to get the life she wants. You know, she doesn't even know if she deserves the life she wants. I mean, I think we all relate to that in some way. You know, whether you're trying to be a media company or a comic book creator, we're all just striving to have the life we really have passion for, instead of the crap that we have to deal with every day and don't want to deal with. You know. Right. It's also a tale of her journey of self-discovery and strength. She's like everybody. She has her moments where she's a lion, and she has her moments where she's not. She's a lamb. And the strength of her is the same strength we all share, is that those moments where you're a lamb, you still know you got to get up the next day or that day, and you've got to do what the hell you got to do, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right. And despite feeling like a lamb, she's going to get up and be a lion. And I think I ground that in reality. I mean, we look at Daredevil, and he fights 100 hand ninjas, and he goes out to dinner, you know, with Paige. It's like, I know it's comics, but I try to ground it a little bit in reality, where she just fought to the death, or her life was, you know, it affects you. There is PTSD. There is, you know, oh my God, you know, can I really do this? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it deals with her struggles.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
It's very deep. I mean, and you got a lot of chatter going on in the chat about your story.
It's Russell, probably with 15 comments.
Russell, Brett Sherman is on here.
Oh, well, there you twist. Go. They followed me.
This is a new twist. I didn't know about Tragedy based on Phil and his wife. Must mean Phil used to be a ballet dancer. Yikes.
Yeah. What do you mean used to be? I still have a tutu. What are you talking about? I look hot in that thing. What are you talking about?
It's always fun to have. It's always fun to have some of your friends in the chat room, right? They always know how to liven up the mood. You're giving us this deep, you know, entrancing just story about your character, and they're over here like, oh yeah, I used to do ballet. Oh, cool.
Yeah, dude, they follow me everywhere, and I love them for it. I appreciate that they take the time to support me like this. So
That's-
yeah, man,
that's
they can
freaking
rag
awesome.
on me as long as they're funny. If not, I'm gonna tell them they're not funny.
Well, I was looking through because you have some of the interior pages up on the Kickstarter,
Yes.
and this artwork, man, it's incredible. Can you tell us a little bit about the artist?
My man, Ricardo Silva. Okay, so Ricardo's from Brazil. I met him last year. I met him, actually, I started following him 2 years ago, but I really started talking to him and commissioned him for work last year. And he was phenomenal. I started I'm his art rep. I started repping him. And I was like, you know what, Ricardo, I think you're perfect for this book. You got to do this book. And of course, I pay him. I pay him his page rate. I wouldn't insist on any other way. And he is just a phenomenal artist. His work is gorgeous. And then Sigmund Torrey does the colors over him, and they're just a power team. And then Jason Meadows is amazing with his lettering.
Yeah, no, it looks beautiful. That opening sequence where she's standing over the city, and you get that view of like all the buildings at night, and it really sets the mood for what you're about to see. And I love in those 8 pages just the pacing of it and what you see. So how long have you been working on this book, Philip? I know you said that it's based on your wife and you.
You're gonna laugh. I was really sick. I was bedridden, and I started writing it in the middle of February.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and then I don't play around. I have 16 issues written, and the book will be done this week, maybe next week with colors, and here we go. I mean,
here we go, baby. Here we go.
It's funny because on your promo you put the song Right Now from Van Halen. That's my mantra. I mean, that song goes on, and I feel it. I feel it. I really believe that.
That's awesome.
We can find every reason to not do something. How about find the one reason to do something? That one reason is to be happy. I'd rather bust my butt and be miserable for a few years to reach the promised land and be happy for the rest of my life than sit there and go, what if, or why can't this happen? Because it isn't happening unless you get the hell up.
Right. You see that? I felt that. That's why we chose that song.
It's funny that seriously though, when you put that on, I was like, wow, were these guys like stalking me or something?
Tell you, man, that wasn't my mistake. I wasn't sending that message to. I was trying to get you out. No, that's awesome. So yes, and you have some awesome artists, some awesome just talent on doing the artwork as far as the covers. Can you tell us a little bit about those alternate covers? I love that tragedy, the Hulk. Kind of like
the homage, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the two that I have that are Hulk, 181 and 340. 181 is a local Long Island artist here that's just blowing up. His name, goes by the name of Craze. I've known him for a long time before people really paid attention, but he's always been a phenomenal artist. So he's fantastic. The 340 McFarlane is the DC Marvel artist, Geraldo Borges. He's a friend of mine, great guy. He lives in Chile, originally from Brazil. We have a lot of great independent and local artists that may not be household names, but they're awesome, like Chris Madd, Jim O'Reilly, Will Pladen, Rob Powers, and Amato Zapata. I'm sorry, I'm trying to Steph Wilson, the Indie King. He's got a cover on every damn book because everybody likes boobs. I mean, I like boobs too, but not on my book. Only on my chest, but anyway, I'm A-cup. But
this is you. You're just starting them up. Now you're just starting them up. I'm ready for these comments.
I'm just beating them to the punch. I'm like, if I throw it in there, then they can't use it.
Nice.
Mike Mez Phillips. I mean, then there's Shelby Robertson who worked for Extreme Studios, and there's Henry Martinez, who worked for Marvel and inked by Keith Williams. And there's Ace Continuado's awesome, inked by Adelso Corona. And then, you got Ian Churchill, who X-Men, and he's a big artist in the industry. Cable in the 90s, he did that huge run of that book. The great Will Spatasio is a legend in the industry. He's a co-founder of Image.
That's awesome.
Sean Chen, probably one of the most underrated artists in the entire world. He's an amazing person, an amazing artist. And Larry Stroman as well, who, he's a legend in the industry with X Factor and Alien Legion and stuff like that. So, and of course he did Tribe. So, I mean, we have I love art, and I love to support everyone, whether it's the big name, so to speak, the household name, or the local guy that's trying to make their way. Art is art. At the end of the day, you can look at a piece just as beautiful as David Finch, and you may not have known that person until that moment.
Right. Yeah.
And they deserve a moment to shine. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Oh, and I'm sorry, we just added covers for Chris Graves that are amazing. I added the black and white and the color done by Ross Cassidy. And then I'm going to show you tonight. Chance Wolfe inked Todd McFarlane's Spawn and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's an image guy. And out of nowhere, he just sent me this cover that he did.
Wow.
And I was like, holy, when you see this.
Really?
First of all, it's screaming 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, I should send it to you and you can show it in Premiere, but it's just, I'm going to show it tonight. It is unbelievable. So yes, I'm using it as a cover, as if I didn't have enough covers. Now we have 19.
Dude, it's like amazing how many covers you have on there, but you know what? They're all just so worthy of being covers, right?
Yeah.
And it's so like, it's kind of hard to say no. Do you find that when you're running a Kickstarter, do you find that, I mean, I don't know how many you've done, but do you think that maybe it may be too many covers at any point? Do you ever worry about that, or is that just something like, hey, I'm just gonna put them up there?
Here's the thing. This is my very first Kickstarter, and the rallying of support I've gotten has been so unbelievable. I cannot tell. Like, if I had paid a lot of money for all these covers, it would be a concern financially. Now, it may be a little overwhelming for people to choose, so I do agree. I didn't really expect or look to have this many covers. But so many people were just throwing them at me, and I'm like, and I would say, listen, I either I can't pay you now, but I'll use it on the next book, and I'll pay you for it later. And they're like, no, I don't want money. I just want to be part of the project.
That's awesome.
And I would fight with them because I don't like taking things for free. And some of these people are, no, just give me a bunch of comps or comp me a table at your show or not asking for anything. And
Wow.
but I do have a problem saying no. Because
so
I
you have
love the
48
art.
covers.
Yeah, and I love the art, and at the same time, they're kindly giving them to me. How do I slap them in the face and say no? But I'm going to be honest, guys, I can't take any more and add any more covers and fan art. So I'm sorry. If you want to send me work for future issues and say, would you be interested? We'll talk. But I can't add any more covers.
Oh, that's funny. Well, listen, you have 16 issues that you wrote. Maybe you can just use those for maybe some future issues.
And the problem is, though, there's a lot of other people that are looking to be part of future. It's a very great problem to have.
That's what I was going to say. That's a freaking fabulous problem to have.
Fantastic problem.
I mean, I won't name any names, but even just there's some big names that are like, yeah, I'd love to do a cover for it. And then there are some local talent that are just phenomenal that are saying, hey, can I be a part of this? And I just love art, man, and I love all these people. They're awesome. So
Chance Wolfe is in the chat, says, cool, I got in under the wire.
yeah, listen, I cannot wait to show his cover. It's insane.
Nice.
No, listen, are you guys into 90s art and stuff?
Of course.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right, this cover is going to kick you right in your, am I allowed to say it, right in your ass,
Sure,
all right?
why not?
It is so dynamic. The composition is incredible. His colors, his lines.
Oh, dude.
This, I think, adding this book, and this, I'm adding it for a million reasons, but this is just icing on the cake. I think this book is going to get a lot of attention, this cover.
Yeah.
I really do.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I know.
It's good. It's so good.
Come on.
Dude, he sends it to me last night. It's not even finished, and I'm like, I mean, literally, I go. My wife's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Look at this." My wife was like, "Holy crap!"
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, it's great.
That is
Chance,
great.
thank you. I don't see the chat, but wait, here it goes. I can hit it down here.
There you go. So now, Phil. So the Kickstarter is doing gangbusters, man. You're doing excellent. It's blowing it out of the water. All these covers that you have, once, let's say, for example, you pick whatever what tier can you get some of these? Are there special tiers where you get these covers, or are you able to choose whichever cover you want once you get that that survey in the mail and the email, whatever?
We tried to make it easy. I mean, you can either do the individual covers, or we have group tiers, we have the icon guys like Shelby and Geraldo and all of them. And then we have the legend guys like Larry, Wills, Ian, and Sean. But there's also the all-in tier, which I just added these covers. I am not upping the price, but I'll add all the covers.
Nice.
It's $600, and you get all 19 covers and the PDF.
Wow.
We also have original art sketch tiers too, if you guys just want original art. And there's a contest. If you pledge over $100 or more, not including shipping, on the Kickstarter, at the end after we've funded, God willing, 5,000 people don't back out, but I will enter those people's names into a live contest. I will do you can't call it a raffle, so we'll call it a waffle. Online. The winner gets an 11x17 full figure with background pencils by Ricardo Silva, who draws the book.
Wow,
Awesome.
look at that.
So we wanted to give something back to the people that are investing in us. If you're investing in me, I'm investing in you. This isn't just a cash grab. This is my passion. This is my love, and you're making it happen. I want to give something back.
That's beautiful, man. I'm glad you're doing it. That sounds exciting, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm looking forward to it. I pledged already to the thing when I saw it. I was
Thank
like,
you
this
so
is
much.
dope. So I can't wait to see it and hold it, because I'm as much as PDFs are the now thing and everything like that.
Not my thing.
It's not, dude. Like I need that book in my
I want
hand.
to smell
right?
it. I want to feel it. I want to see the pages just pop on me. Yes.
Yes. So for those who are watching, Phil, what are some of the risks and challenges, in case they haven't gotten to your page yet, that they may be leery about, for the campaign?
Well, all I would say is, if you hadn't noticed, I'm a guy that if I have to get 2 hours sleep to get it done, I get it done. But when fulfillment comes, there are things that might be out of my realm of control, like shipping issues, or just the timeliness of the printing being done. But if the shipping and the printing go as they should go,
right?
We're going to have, by August, you should have the books. And in September, I'll be launching campaign 2, hopefully. But obviously the risks are just if shipping slows or if something happens. And if your book gets damaged in shipping, just reach out to me. You don't have to scream, you don't have to yell, because that's not my fault, but we'll work it out.
Right.
I'm fair to everybody. Like I said, when you invest in me, I invest in you.
Beautiful.
That's fantastic.
And these, I just want to say, like Wills and all of them, I realize Tragedy's new book, it's not this big book. It's not blowing up like Spawn. It's not, a big seller. But you are finding rare covers by people that are big in the industry that do not do variant covers. Will Spatasio doesn't even do Marvel to DC. You don't see him doing anything. You see him on indie books. And this is Will Spatasio. This is Ian Churchill. This is Sean Chen, Larry Stroman. So if you're a guy who likes to grade books, like Marat Michaels has a lot of followers that love to grade his books, you can get a Wills book. It's going to come to you easily graded a 9.8, and you can just read the PDF that comes with it and not have to open the book. You get to still read the story. You could slab that bad boy. There's only going to be 75 made, first printing ever, anywhere.
Yeah.
And if Tragedy ever does blow up, you're going to wish that you got one of those books. I'm just saying.
That is true.
That's one hell of a pitch.
I'm ready. I'm like, Phil, are there any add-ons? Like, can I add these things?
You can add anything that's on there. If you pledged and you go back and you say, you know what? I really love that Chance Wolf cover. That is badass. You can go in and add it on at any time.
All right.
Nice.
See that?
And again, the more you add on, you get into that contest, you might win a free 11x17 by Ricardo. And if you just pay $20, because we'll cover shipping on it too. I won't even charge shipping.
Right.
But if you pay $20, he'll ink it also.
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the money goes to him. The money goes to him, not my campaign.
My arm's hurting from all that twisting.
Listen, as an art collector, prices can get crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And somebody works, and they're lucky if they make $15 an hour, and I'm asking them to spend $20 on a book. That's an hour and a half of working a job they probably hate of their day.
Yeah.
So the least I can do is show them I appreciate that, because I know damn well money, it doesn't come easy for people. And they're struggling with their day job and their hustle on the side and their family. So for you to drop even $6 on my PDF, I mean, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Now,
fantastic.
I do want to talk a little bit more about tragedy and the story itself. Now, I loved how what you were telling us what the story's about. Where did it like, other than what you said at the beginning, the character of tragedy, is that based on, is it your wife, or is it just based on just came out of, you know?
Well, part of it's based on my wife because I don't know about you guys, but I've never met a woman that realized how beautiful she was, how strong she was, how confident she was, and we all have to pay for it. So tragedies inspired by that. I mean, I'm a dad of two little girls, and and then I'm married, and my wife is an amazingly beautiful. I mean, she's beautiful. People look at her and me. She's 15 years younger. She's a supermodel-looking woman, and they go,
What the hell? Right.
They go, you got her? How the hell did you get her? I go, duct tape and chloroform. A black van with no plates. But,
Well, if your pickup line was anything like your pitch, I understand.
well, I just said to her, I got candy for you a little ago. But anyway. She lives in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood on Sesame Street.
God.
No, she's an amazing woman. She's very strong. She's very smart. And she's a lion when she needs to be a lion. And there are moments where she is a lamb. And sometimes you focus too much on the moments when you're a lamb. And you need to remember that, yeah, but when you need to be, you roar. And you got to remind yourself. And sometimes you need the person that's closest to you to remind you. You know, we all have those moments of self-doubt. So it's just partly human nature and what I've seen through people I know. It's my wife. It's all women I've met. And for me, you know, I didn't have an easy time growing up. So I didn't start out with confidence. I just eventually developed a chip and said, F you. I'm not defined by who you say I am, but who I say I am. You could be who you are because of something or someone or in spite of it. And I chose in spite of. And she's going to also. But this is an ongoing series. So it's not like, you know, you said before the pacing is solid, and I appreciate that. I take a lot of pride in that because I hate boring exposition. Walking Dead and CW, these shows are filled with boring exposition that makes me want to turn it off. This book moves, and every word that's said has something meaning to it. Like, you know, she's not going to sit there and narrate like you're stupid and say, well, I'm really closed off, so I can't trust you and let you in. That's horrible dialogue. Yeah. She's a real person. When you say something to her and she feels you're getting too close, she's going to change the subject. She's going to deflect. She's going to go somewhere else with it. And you're going to see that and you're going to go, I know somebody like that, or wow, that's me.
Yeah, no, you know what? I appreciate that you said that, because it's almost like that rule, show me, don't tell me, right? You're showing us who she is rather than having her tell you who she is, which I appreciate that. And like when I read the first 8 pages, it almost moves like a film, right? So like you have it's just a quiet, like I can almost hear music. I can almost hear, like, you know, when she walks and she does all that, you know, it's just sound effects. It's not so much like, you know, like back old school, you know, comics that you see, I'm going to kick your, you know what I mean? Like she's not saying anything. It's all just action. So it definitely does. And it does make it's funny because it makes the story move, right? You're just flipping pages. Now you just want to get to the next.
But you get it though. You said from the first page, that scene, you said exactly what my intent was. Yeah. I wanted you to see her world and ground it in it. And I wanted you to get a little mystery of her. And those first 4 pages purposely don't have dialogue. Purposely. I mean, also, how real is it? How much of a conversation you have when you're fighting to the death? Right? Yeah. I mean, unless you're Deadpool. Right. And then when you get into the exposition, like you said, it moves. And thank you for saying it's like a movie, because everybody who read the script tells me that they envision it like a show like Daredevil on Netflix or a movie in their head. Absolutely. And that is a huge compliment to me and my writing style. So thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I can't wait to see what you do with this. I mean, you have 16 issues done. Is it going to be like an ongoing series, or is that like the first arc is the first 16 issues and then?
Well, the first arc is the arcs are basically like 5 issues each, although now they're starting to go wherever they go. I don't try to do 5-issue story done, 5-issue story done. It all bleeds in. Like you're introduced to new characters while the 5-issue arc is coming, and then they become more prominent in the next arc, and then you know. And I take pride in, through the 16 issues, she has a badass rogues gallery. two pet peeves I have with all the great heroes in the world is their villains are usually pusses and they beat them easily. And if your villain like Skeletor is a cackling idiot running with his tail between his legs, then how much of a hero is He-Man? He hasn't been tested. He hasn't been tried. She is tested. She is tried. And by the end of the first issue, you're going to go, holy crap. It's a brutal fight with her and the Breath of the Dragon, which is the her adversary. He's not a villain, but he's her adversary. And I always said Batman and Spider-Man are the greatest characters. And one of those reasons is they have the best rogues galleries. And nobody will dispute that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Well, I'm building a rogues gallery. There's 15 villains already, and some of them are amazing. Now, there's metahumans in this. There's superpowered people. There's Chinese mysticism and folklore. I even, later on, I'm going to tell you, I go into like the first emperor of China. So we there's a lot that goes on, but it makes sense. I promise you, it totally makes sense. But it's a fun ride. It's a journey, and I have brutal action in this. There's a little bit of cursing. There's no nudity. There's no sexual stuff, but it is violent.
Yeah.
You saw the one where she whips her tail and she slits 3 throats. But
Well, here's a question for you. You mentioned he's not a villain. He's an adversary. Why did you make that distinction?
First of all, the best quote unquote bad guys like Magneto are gray. They aren't the villain in their mind because they feel they're doing the right thing for the right reason. And they might be fighting the right battle, but they're fighting it the wrong way. Well, the Breath of the Dragon shares a lot of the spotlight in the first 10 or so issues because he is the head assassin for the Chinese mafia. And along the way, he's lost his honor and he decides he wants to get that back. But that's his self-discovery. That's his journey. He's facing his journey as much as she is. He kind of shares the book with her, even though she's the focus, because I just feel people are so layered. Good people do bad things and bad people do good things all the time. And the distinction between bad and good is very subjective to people, and it depends on the percentage of how good you do as opposed to how bad you do, right? And why you're doing bad. Some people do bad. I stole. Why? Well, I don't have any food and my kids need to eat. Is that a bad thing to steal? Technically, yeah, you would say so. Is that reasoning bad? No, they're feeding their kids. So I just wanted to explore, we're all faltered. We're all faulted. None of us are perfect. And our shining moments, though, are how we stand up after we fall.
Yeah, that's well said, man. Well said. Absolutely. You got something? I'm sorry.
No. What I appreciate about your approach to the characters, I think that's what also made Magneto so appealing, because on one side you're rooting for him, on the other side you're rooting against him, so you're caught between a crossroad. So I think that approach causes the reader to become part of that experience.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, honestly, the more layered and gray someone is, the more, and I don't like to tell the readers what to think.
Right.
I just put the story out there. You form your own opinions. You might like Breath of the Dragon better. You might think he should be a villain, a good guy, whatever you think what he's doing is right or wrong. Hey, okay, think. If you're thinking, then I did my job.
Right.
If you're feeling, then I did my job. But I'm not going to tell you what to think or feel. There's no messages either way in my book. It's just me writing a story for the sake of a fun story on a human level.
Right. And the best stories are the ones that allow the reader to imagine what's going to happen, or to try to interpret what they're seeing. And I think that opening sequence with the 4 pages automatically brings you into the story.
Yeah. It does. And then after some exposition, there's a major fight between Breath of the Dragon and my friend of 40 years. His name is Anthony Ribisi. He's a big character. Tony, he's the one that's on the 181 homage instead of the Hulk.
Okay.
He actually is big like that. He's a big guy. He's big. But he's a gentle giant. But he is with my other friend, Joe DeMarco, of 20 years. They're the Italian mafia heads. Mm. And there's a brutal fight that Ricardo does a beautiful job, and the colors and the sound effects from Jason. My fights are 4 to 6 to 7 pages long. This is a 32-page book. 30 pages of story. and there's a middle fight, and then there's more exposition, and then it ends with a really intense fight between Breath of the Dragon and Tragedy. And everyone tells me, and there's some people that read like 13 of my scripts so far, they tell me that every one of my books ends like, holy crap, where is this going? So I hope so. You know?
Well, yeah. That, I mean, if you're doing that, you're doing something really, really well, because you definitely want the reader to come back for the next story. Crystal Joy, who's one of our listeners, she says people are layered, and the definition of that person defines you as you are the person who interprets that person. So yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Listen, when you're writing the way you're writing, Phil, I think that it's just gonna feed the brain, right? It's not, you're not just, you're getting a lot of, like, it sounds like you're getting a lot of that action adventure, and you know, but there is character in the story. There's a lot of it's character driven, which I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to. Steph Wilson says, Philip, this guy's never on live stream.
I told you. What did I say before? When Russell showed up, I said, all you need now is Steph Wilson, and here he is. By the way, I'm just going to make this clear. Steph Wilson busts my chops, but he has had my back big time. He supports the book. He supported me in another situation with my rogues gallery, my adversary. I'm not going to get into that.
You know what, Phil? I was reading some stuff the other day on Facebook, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I'm not getting into it.
Yeah,
and he promotes the book, which is smart business for him, but it's also nice that he does it for me.
Wow.
He comes on these streams and he busts my balls, but he's here supporting. Working with him, doing his cover. I mean, having him do the cover, it's the highest selling cover, and he's just a pro to work with. And he's not just TNA. If you guys want covers from him that aren't, you know, boobylicious, you can talk to Steph. He's just a very high quality human being. Him and Carrie Ann, his wife, great people. I'm so glad that I had him do a cover on this book. It was worth every moment, every penny. And he's I call him friend. He's a good guy. So now if you heckle me, you look like a real jerk.
Take that.
Well, before you said all that, he did say tragedy is MMA with some dialogue. That's what he did say.
Listen,
but this was before you went into how
kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness.
Oh man! Now listen, Phil. I know you have something going on later on tonight. But thank you so much for stopping in and talking to us about tragedy. I can't wait to get this book. Is there anything else that maybe we missed out that you want to talk about on the book?
All I want to say is, between the shares, the likes, the supportive messages I get, the pledges, thank you all. Because of you, we funded in less than 3 days, and I can have my dream come true since I was 9 years old and have this book in my hands. But the best dream is that so many people just are buying the book to read it. The indie scene, a lot of people just buy to get covers. That's why, like, the TNA sells a lot. They're buying my book because they believe in what I'm trying to write here, and before even reading it. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I really don't think you will, but I hope you're not disappointed. And if you can't afford to pledge, that's cool. Just the shares and the support and just the kind messages. People like you guys reaching out and having me on. Yeah, just thank you. The community's embraced me, and I really appreciate you all. And I wish you all success. And if I can ever reciprocate, I will. And I will. I invest in all of you. So thank you.
Hey man,
outstanding.
You're welcome.
Outstanding.
Thank you so much for coming on. And listen, I definitely want, I can't wait to read the book, and these are our Kickstarter lives and stuff like that. But we'd love to have you back on the show, just talk a little bit more about your background and and this whole art thing that you got going on. It's incredible. It's incredible. So thank you so much for coming on, and we'll see you down the road, man. Thank you.
Thank you. And Chance Wolf cover coming out tonight. You're gonna see the post, and you're gonna go, "Oh my God!"
Can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Thanks, guys. Nice to meet you, Sam.
You too, buddy. You're
care,
welcome
bud.
back anytime.
Thank you. God bless and much success.
Same here.
Thank you. That's fun.
Yes. So we're back, and man, that is fascinating. You know what I love about these shows? Number one, we get to meet a lot of new, interesting people. And number two, we get to really see what's happening out there in the independent circuit that's just on fire right now. Guys, go pledge. Yes, go pledge. The link is in the summary. I'll post the link again. Where is that?
Yeah. Thank you so much for everybody who was on here. Just whether it was just to bust Philip's balls a little bit, but also just for the support, man. That was awesome.
Yes.
Gilbert says Philip is real inspirational. You can see the kid in him come alive as he talked about his book, and that's what it's about, right? We're all kids when we're talking about our creations, like what we've created, the story you want to tell. We get really excited about it, and I love it when it's genuine. Like you could tell this, he's not trying to just make a buck. He's really want to get. It's genuine.
I mean, it got me hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
those pictures are money, bro. He's good. I'm gonna have him write some of my pictures.
Go to a football rally. You know what I mean? It's like a team rally, and get this guy at the front of the wall. Yeah. No. The story sounds amazing. He's doing it for all the right reasons. There's passion in there. It's really cool, and look at the support, just the amount of support that he gets. So God bless you, and keep up putting out great content. And that's why we do this show. To really give a platform for everybody out there. This was a really good show. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget, everybody, Tragedy is on Kickstarter right now.
The link is in the chat.
Yeah, the campaign goes through June 17th. It ends at 8 p.m. He's got 138 backers. He's got 15 days to go. Definitely go out there, support the Kickstarter. It looks like a great project. He's got some amazing artists doing variant covers for him. It's, it's incredible.
I mean, he's named a lot of amazing names and talent.
Yeah, awesome.
That's pretty dope. And I was looking at all the covers. It's crazy.
Crazy, right? Yeah, the artwork is amazing, dude. The interior artwork on this thing is just off the chain.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I'm glad he came on the show. I'm glad that he came on and just spoke with us for a while. And big shout out to all of the talent all over the world, man. Brazil, Chile, it's just incredible the kind of stuff that's going on out there, and the artists that are coming from all over the world, and they're like at our fingertips now, right? Because everything's just so small.
Everything's so small.
Just a click away.
Mean, think about it. I mean, all the shows that we've done, we've interviewed people in London, and the Philippines, and Bangladesh. I mean, it's amazing how close the community has become just by the click of a button.
Yeah,
that's it.
Oh yeah,
you're right there.
Big time.
But yeah, this was another great Kickstarter show. Thank you again. And again, if you have a campaign, all you have to do is hit us up, and we'll get you on the show. Tomorrow night is the monthly reunion show with the crew. We got Anibal Royals Copoyos, and we have Jonathan the Psycho Syfax, and we also have Sal Lomedico, the convention promoter for PalCon, coming on the show at 7:30. Tomorrow night. So it's a long show tomorrow from 7:30 to whenever we finish. And we're going to start the show with Sal, and then we're going to end the show with the crew. And we're going to recap PalCon. Yes. And if you want to know what our experiences was at PalCon, check out the vlogumentary that I posted this morning that's running right now on the channel, and you'll get to some insight. There's 2 videos. There's one, The Road to PalCon, and there's 2, PalCon to to and from. And so it's pretty cool. We got to do a panel. We got to meet some people. I got to work on my projection. Project your voice, Sam.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was a good time. It was nice to be back. And don't forget that on June 25th, we will be debuting the Kickstarter for Forbidden issue number 1. So make sure as soon as we're able to get a launch page going, we will have that up, and you guys can check that out.
Technical issues.
What happened with technical issues? Technical difficulties.
Is that my audio going on again?
Oh no.
Is this audio active? I don't know if it's the mic. I gotta figure this out. I haven't had time to do any tech support since I fired Herb.
Yeah, poor Herb. Well, to everybody who's still on the chat, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Yes. Show us some of that love. We have a lot of these cool shows where we have indies come on and talk about their projects, and this is what we love to do. We love to meet new people. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. And
yes, and just for anybody who's new to us, you know that Mondays is the Craze and 10 or Less. Wednesdays, it's What's in the Box, where we review independent comic books. So if you have a comic book that you'd like to get featured on What's in the Box, just hit me up. You can send a PDF or a physical copy. That's up to you. And on Fridays, every Fridays, we have a new guest on the show. And then these are just bonus shows. These are live Kickstarter shows or bonus shows to really help the independent community promote their Kickstarters out there in the market today.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, so we have Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is consistent, and then the bonus ones are the Kickstarters, which are normally Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. So that's all we've got for tonight.
Yeah, that's all we got for tonight. And remember, EternalCon, I will be at an EternalCon in August. We'll see if there's anything before that, but right now, August is the next date for the next convention. And Forbidden will be launching on Kickstarter in June. I just gotta wait till Kickstarter allows me to release the landing page. They're not letting us do it right now because they want us to close out the Catch the Craze, and they're still reconciling. So until that happens, right now I'm still pushing for June 25th for Forbidden #1, and which is the follow-up to Forbidden #0, which we launched on Indiegogo, but now we're moving to Kickstarter. So with that said, I'll see you tomorrow. Please hit that thumbs up if you like this episode. Subscribe, share it with a friend. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera.
And this is George the Dreamer Medina.
And we are...
It's just easy. It's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce. No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him. Say my name, right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh,
He described me. He said, I'm the...
What? Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze. On Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.